Good morning, it's Michelle Thompson with Michelle Dion Thompson Coaching and Consulting, and I want to speak about the challenges of really high teaching loads in publishing. So, for those of us in academia, and for those on the tenure track, we know that the teaching load is the teaching load, and there's some ways to negotiate some of that. Often if we can get a grant, we can buy out some of the time. But if you have 3-3, 4-4 teaching loads, it's actually very, very hard to do the scholarship that needs to be done to actually to get tenure, right? And yet you have to do it. So I'm an adjunct. I actually teach a 3-3 load. I teach 3 courses per semester, in addition to running the business and all the things. So I deeply empathize with you here. If you're at an institution that expects research and publication, but doesn't actually provide you with much in the way of resources to make it happen, there's a whole political fight that has to happen. I'm not going to go into that today. And I don't want to diminish that at the same time, right? This is a structural issue. It's not your problem issue. But I also want to give you some real concrete tools that you can use to be able to advance your work forward so that you can get the promotion and the raise that you're looking for. I think it's really important, I talk about this a lot, to just start in really, really small increments, and that you may only be able to devote 15 minutes a day to your work. That's right, 15 minutes a day. And that's why I run Running Through Transitions, because it's a chance for people to actually just to cut back their expectations of what's possible, but to actually get something moving along. And when you're working for such small increments, and I often work only in those increments, it's really important to be very clear about what you're going to do when you sit down to work. And it's also really, really clear to leave yourself instructions so when you get back to it, you can do it. We generally can find 15 minutes a day. I'm not saying it's easy. It can be really challenging, but we can find that. And when we find those 15 minutes, or we notice, I have a little bit of time, if you don't need to rest, and I encourage you to do that, may go, maybe I'll sneak in a little bit of writing now. I would go ahead and do that. I like to plan my days before I even start the day. So at the beginning of the day, I sit down, I plan my days, and I'll put in that 15-minute increment where I'm going to write. Does it happen every day? No. But does it happen more often than not? Yes. And that's what you're looking for. That's the mark you want to hit. So if the high teaching loads where you're teaching and the institution's failure to prioritize your research, although they want you to do it so they can promote you, is actually making you really, really anxious, I would start with the 15-minute a day writing solution. And you can find me on the Twitters. I'm on LinkedIn. I have a Facebook page. And you can also go to michelledionthompson.com if you want to talk to me about additional strategies to help lower this anxiousness because of these particular factors. All right, with that, have a good day. Thanks.